Have you ever asked yourself, how do I push myself to the limit? I have the answer for you. Try making 8 costumes in 7 days. And just to add more fuel to the fire, 5 of the costumes were due on the 5th day and the rest were due on the 7th day, and I had to do this all the while watching a toddler. I wanted to get these costumes done for the first fitting so that way I can get going on all the embellishments and the fun stuff to finishing the costumes so that I can be free of them. So I needed to get these done ASAP. But the only way that we're going to get this done is if we buckle down and get to work. So let's go. But while I have your attention, I would love it if you hit the subscribe button and be sure to like this video. Let me know in the comments what you think of the costumes that I'm going to be making in this video. I have already made, I believe, 20 more costumes, and I'm going to be releasing short videos on each of the costumes in the future. It's just a lot of work, but we are going to do it, and I'm so excited to share the process with you. If you like my videos for more of the personal projects, I fully understand. Don't worry, those projects are going to come again. I'm just currently in the middle of making all of these costumes, and so I thought I'd like to share my process with all of you because I do think that it's very interesting. I think it's just some nice content to watch while you work on your own projects. I hope you like the video, and now we will get started. I have to make a pair of pants. They're going to be a straight cut all the way down. I think we have all of our pieces cut. Now just to put it all together. Adding the piping onto the pants. Sandwich it in between these 2 pieces. Beautiful. I'm going to move on to the top, which is very intricate, and I also have been thinking of making some small changes here and there, so we're going to work on those right now. I want to line everything so that it does not show through, and I'm going to attach them together. Next step is to add in all of the piping. So definitely going to have to do some more work tonight because today was kind of a dud, but oh well. So enjoy some midnight sewing. Just want to show you what I'm doing right now because this is probably the most complicated thing I've ever had to make. More so because there's just so many pieces to it, but piping, and then the illusion that's going to go start around here and then down and around and around, and everything is just gonna have this edge around it. My serger's just going to bed right now, but I have finished. It is so impossible for me to show it on camera, so I'm gonna try my best. So we're gonna have a side opening at the neck here, but this is the back. We have a big open back here, but we also have a strap that goes across here. Everything is connected. I just have it safety pinned so that when she tries it on, she doesn't get stuck. Because I tried to put it on my mannequin and I had a little bit of issue just making sure that the lack of the head hole actually went through the right hole, because it's complicated. I have this princess seam piping going across here. Not showing up on camera, but you can see it a little bit here. It has like a blue sheen to it. Very pretty. The pants, which I had to remake, so I fully completed these today. There is some piping down the center seam. The next one that I want to work on is this beautiful gray-green velvet. So first one up today, we have this beautiful, it's a gray, but it skews more green. Kind of just in love with this color in general. Next time I go to the thrift store, I want to see if I can find nice pattern weights. I was thinking that if I found like a really nice chessboard, it would be nice to use those as table weights. The technique that I was taught by was cutting out all the fabric that I needed and putting it into a bag. Now I have everything that I need. all in one place, nice and neat and ready to go. I also made a grid of all of the colors that I'm going to use, and now I'm just going to lay everything out and then start to pin everything together. And now, keeping them in this order from, I guess I did from left to right, I'm going to just sew along these and then lay them so that everything stays in order and nothing gets too messed up. Okay, so now that I have everything sewn together, and I used a straight stitch, which is totally fine because it is on the bias. There is a little bit of give that way, but there is so much give sideways and vertical, so that is why it is totally fine to use a straight stitch on this lycra fabric. I just measured it out with my paper and I made it bigger than what I wanted, which is perfect. So now I get to take this abomination to the sewing machine and sew down everything to create the perfect pattern. So now that we have this all set out, it should just flatten out when it's stretched onto the body. I'm going to line up the center. It has taken me an hour and a half just to do this, but I think it's worth it. I like this. So we have now fully finished the top. So this will go here, goes down to the waist, and should be perfect. Now the thing that is going to complete the front is going to be a yoke that goes across here, and I think I'm going to add a gray piece of trim around it just to fully finish off the look. So let's do a quick recap here. In the last 3 days, I have finished 3 costumes that are ready for their first fitting. 1, 2, 3. And then the one that I finished last night is this one. Ugh. It's really giving like Howl's Moving Castle, and I absolutely love it. It has a big scoop back out the side, and then these sleeves I'm just completely obsessed with. I love these types of sleeves. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 6 more. So I think I'm going to try to finish 2 more today, and then I think I should be okay on my timeline. The costumes that I'm going to make today are for the same dancer, so I only have to reference one set of measurements, which is really helpful because if you're going back and forth with different sets of numbers in your head, it can get a little confusing. So with only focusing on one dancer with the same measurements for both costumes is very, very easy. Okay. I have all of these circle skirt pieces that will be put together. So the under layer is going to be this pink as well as this shiny, just to give it a little bit more oomph. And then on top of all of this is going to be this blue. It's going to be this blue but have just like the little hint of like this shiny underneath. I added some elastic to the back piece, so it just adds a little bit more dimension. This also helps with sizing. When I attach this band on, I just give it a little bit of a pull so that it will turn under and give a really nice edge. And while I'm here, I'm going to put together these shorts really quick. I'm going to attach them to this serged edge. We got a giant circle skirt now. Finding the center points of both skirts. I'm going to gather the blue one down onto the pink one and then attach the pink one onto the bodice, and then I'm gonna have lunch. Whee! like the most perfect like princess dress. In some people's eyes and in mine, it looks a little plain right now as much as there is a lot of sparkle and shine with the fabric. It's going to be like covered in a ton of different flowers of all different colors that I'm going to hand sew on. Wish me luck. Just wanted to test out the markers that I'm going to use to color these in. So they will be a fresh blue and sapphire. Then I have a pastel yellow and a light peach. All right, refueled. Ready for the next one. This one actually should, I think, be fairly easy because it is a bodysuit, but it looks very complicated in my hands right now, but that's because I'm going to layer all of these pieces together and then cut out the parts that will show, because there's going to be some crazy squiggle detail going on underneath it all. So let's start laying everything out. So I have written on all the pattern pieces what pieces need what. So I need a right side purple. I need a pink to go over top of this side. So I'm going to attach these two together. There's going to be a cutout that goes from here up and over. We're just freehanding at this point. The last few things I have to do for this are attaching the ruffles onto the side. So I have one to go here and then a pink one to go underneath on this side. And then as well, I'm going to be adding in some pink elastic straps all across the back. So I've already attached the elastic to the fabric and I sew down with a double needle the center like I have done for the rest of them. Just going to sew across that and then add on the next tier. I cut it on a curve so that way that there's not a lot of bulk around the waist, so I can just have a few gathers and there is still a lot of movement. I am so close to finishing this one and I'm so proud of myself that it's not even dinner time yet. Can you please wait? Please wait outside. Please wait outside. Alright, we are on Wednesday, which means that I have another double day. Now this one is going to be a little bit, I don't want to say easier, I don't want to jinx myself, but I have a pair of pants that I have to make today, a neck collar to go with the pants, and then I have an entire outfit that I have to make. So I just need to go right ahead and get into it. If you remember these pants from my thrift flip a few videos ago, these are the balloon pants. I basically have to remake these pants out of another fabric and then just keep them loose fitting. So now one pant is inside the other and I can lay it down flat and mark out where the curve of the crotch goes. Okay, let's get going. Out of this cotton gauze, we are going to make a overskirt for the pants. I'm gonna cut out some shorts. Now I have to make the neck collar. So I've already cut out the piece of lycra that's going to go around the neck, nice and stretchy and comfy. I'll call it the train. This is going to attach to the neck, attach to the pants, and then float all the way down. Now, it's not just enough that we have one long piece of mesh. We're going to be layering on different types of texture. Tiers like this. Alright, so I've got the base of the pants done, and those came together pretty quickly. I'm just leaving the waistband for today because I have to run to the store and grab a thick waistband elastic to add into the waistband as well as for the shorts. But these are probably as far as I'm going to get with today, so now I can move on to the collar. Onto the train. I have this long piece of lace which I'm going to gather when I attach it to the neckband that I have finished. It will be attached by just a gather. I'm going to take my smallest piece . I don't think I got enough sleep last night, but the world keeps turning. So today I have to try and dye some fabric, or at least do some test dyes. So I have this white satin that I've used for other projects, and I can't get the exact color that I'm needing. I need to make more of like a sepia toned dress. So more of like a nude beige, but also a little gray into each. And because these are just small little test batches, I don't need to have a lot of water in them. All right, we got a little helper here today. So you mix that. We're going to add in some dye. A little test.
Very hot.
It's very hot? Yeah, okay. So, we got brown here, so let's dunk that one in. Okay, we're gonna add some orange into this one. A glove. Oh, puff, and I puff, and I blow the house down. Okay, now we let it set. And this is purple. Okay, so yes, this one is a lot more red. Let's wash it out. That looks black. So that is just dunking those colors in there. The all brown and brown with orange. So I'm going to wash all of these by hand, and then I'm going to send them off to the choreographer so that she can decide what color she wants. So they did go with the more copper tones, so now that they have picked that, I can get into cutting out all the pieces and then dyeing the fabric. I don't know why I do this, but this is how I do it. So let's cut out all the pieces. There you are. I think we're on day 6 now. I have a fitting tomorrow, which all of the costumes that I need for that fitting are complete, so I don't have to worry about that. But I do have 2 last costumes that I have to make for Sunday. And then the thing that I finished last night, which I unfortunately did not get any clips of, is this. Oh, I really, really like the detail that I added in here. Cinching in at the waist. I think I'm also going to place a giant bow back here. I think make it look really, really cute. This is going to be covered in crystals and rhinestones and all that stuff. So this is the base. I'm really, really happy with how this turned out and can't wait to see it on the dancer. Now we get to work on the bodice and the skirt. Skirt is going to be the easiest part. I want to go with that one first. I have 8 of these skirt panels that are more of like a trumpet shape, and so I'm going to pin them from top to bottom and put it all together. I wanted it to be less of a circle skirt and more fitted at the top and then full out at the bottom. I think it's going to look so nice when she tries it on. I'm really excited to see how this one turns out. So now I'm going to take these pieces and pin them onto this base of the bodice. So now that we have all of our pinning done, I have all these gathers. I'm going to sew them onto this base. I'm really happy with how this is turning out. This is a little button band I'm going to add on over top, plus a belt to finish off the waist, and I'm very excited to see this one finished. 1940s, and I did one of the buttons. This will go all the way down here, but for time, I just wanted to show the one. Okay, first fitting is done, and I was so burnt out last night that I just completely could not get anything else done. I have one final costume left to do, and I need it done for tomorrow. So I gotta go crazy right now, finish this, and then I can go to the fitting tomorrow and hopefully everything goes well. Just like I did for the other diamond patterned bodice that I made, I'm going to make an entire pair of shorts with that pattern, but instead of just 2 colors, I'm doing 4. Let's just jump right into that. Boop, 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 boop. Oh, and I'm hungry. Because these shorts don't have tension to them, doing the sandwich and straight stitch down the side I don't think is going to work because it was puckering a lot on the bodice that I had made a few days ago. So to remedy that, I'm going to try to make as flat of a panel as I can with my double needle. And I think that this is going to work just fine. And we keep going. Alright, now I just have to go down these lines the same way I did with the other ones. I'm still kind of regretting using this one gray material. I just have to stretch it out. This one is looking a lot nicer just laying flat. Okay, let's do this. And I think that this turned out really nice. Like, I think that it's going to look a lot better than it would have if I had quilted them together. I'm going to line up my pattern pieces with a center line, so being this one. A lot has progressed since I last checked in, so let's start there. Made a pair of leotard shorts. These will go underneath. The cutest shorts ever. I think I'm going to pin these inside of the shorts so that she can just try these on. Then we can fit the bodice to the shorts and work that way. So I've started to work on the bodice. So I made the bodice a while ago. It's just a pink satin, super pretty. It was really easy to put together. This is add black trim around all of the sides, across the tops and all of the points. And I started to make an undershirt. This is going to be pinned to the bodice once I've got this all gathered up. But mesh is going to gather up into the neck and then added a collar on top. And then I have a pair of sleeves that I'm going to now add some elastic to, sew them together so I can attach them to the bodice. It's currently 10:15. Let's see if I can get this one done. I think that this is just so damn cute. Like all of these colors, and then with the pink satin, the scrunch, and the collar. I'm going to add 2 pink pom-poms right here, and then some arm and some leg cuffs, and I think that will be it. I'm going to reference this pom-pom book, and just the fact that they have this circle on the owl, I think I want to try to do this circling around the pom-pom but in black. We did it. This is the final fitting, and I'm happy. I'm so happy. There is a point before the first fitting where I can't do all of the detail work that I want to, so getting to this point means that once these costumes are fitted to the dancers, I can then go through and finally finish all of them. Alright, I don't want to make this video too long, so I'm just going to quickly show you the costumes that I've made and just a very brief description of some of the things that I'm going to do after the first fitting. This is actually post first fitting, so there are a few safety pins here and there, and that's totally just for my use for when I alter them to fit perfectly. So this is the first one that I actually started with. So for this top bolero, I do really like the transition from the neck into here. So I'm actually thinking of changing this curve because it's not fitting right on the body. There are some things on this that I need to fully work out, but I think the idea is there, and now that I have the fit right, I can work on that. But the back is also very cool. I don't think I actually got too much footage of me making it. Beautiful like greeny gray velvet. Front is a little bit plain. We are going to add in, I think, some like gunmetal crystals and rhinestones along this side and then curve it over and maybe even to accentuate this point. We have some cross straps going across here, and this back piece is just going to help for security so that the straps don't go everywhere and that she can wear a bra under it without the strap showing. So this is the third one that I made in the video. I love this one. I think that it was so worth it to make this quilted pattern. The sleeves are perfect, cross straps at the back. It was perfect. Like, I added in 2 inches of room and I have to take out 2 inches. Last things that I have to do to this costume are just finishing off this front and back edge, attaching the top to the bottoms. Oh, I love this one so much. I don't have a mannequin small enough to fit this one because she is just a little itty bitty one. You just have to level out this seam because they are circle skirts. Usually they will kind of warp into place once they're hanging long enough. And then we're going to just deck this out with flowers, like flowers all at the waist, trailing down, going up into the mesh. I am so excited to get started on this one, but there's just a few things that I have to finish. She was so excited to try it on. With a lot of these costumes, I could just like tell the excitement of the dancers, and that just makes it like 100% worth it. When I tell you that this fit like a glove, this was so perfect. This pattern that I had stitched on just turned out so nice, and I think that after I do a bunch of rhinestones on it, it's just going to look so stinking cute. I really, really love this one. This one is the long pants and the train skirt panel over them. So there's lots of movable material, and then there's just a nice thick pair of pants underneath, and I'm pretty sure all I have to do is just a subtle hem on the edges. Train turned out so nice. I pinned the train to the pants at the appropriate length so that everything is attached and they don't have to worry about it like flailing off like almost a tail. When they tried it on, it was beautiful. Ugh, I love it. This one, oh my god, she was like glowing in this. She absolutely loved this. I'm so happy. There are some fitting issues that I'm going to take in along the sides, and the last thing that I need to do to this one is just add a giant bow right here, as well as like crystals galore. This one's pretty nice. We added in this belt around here just to add in some more gathers, and then I made these buttons up here, so I'm just going to add them to the back. There's just a few fitting things that I need to adjust, but overall this dress fit her pretty nicely. And the last thing we have to do is just hem this dress, but everything is looking really nice. Ta-da! This is the last costume that I had made in the past week. If I could pick any costume to make in my own size, I think I might choose this one. I think that the shorts are just so cute and flouncy. The top, the little pom-pom that I made, I'm going to add one more down here. There's not too much that I have to fix on this costume, which is great, because there are a few other things that I need to add to it. We need to add in a pocket on the inside of these flouncy shorts to hide some like magic trick stuff. So like the never-ending scarf I'm going to put into a pocket that will lie on her hip. A pocket open here so that she can pull out a flower. I really like this one and I'm so happy that she also loved it as well. I really tried not to make this video any longer than it needed to be, but thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave me a comment below letting me know what your favorite costume was, and until next time, I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye!